Greetings, Facebook. Hello, everyone. This is Mary Costello, presuming all is well and just speaking freely. Blessings to everyone joining me on live or on repeat. I want to give some updates because things are moving so fast, and just giving some updates because there's a few things involved in this, and many different people involved in this, obviously, and just feeling like if I speak I can offer some clarity as to what's going on and encouragement to those in active mission. First of all, I have a beautiful gladiola. I'm not sure which way you say that. Isn't that nice? This is reminds me of grandmothers in Ireland and maybe elsewhere. I feel like every grandmother in Ireland used to plant these because they grow so tall and they're just splendid, right? So I just wanted to show you that. Okay. AI dissolution. Emerging wisdom from the sonar healing of the unified field of love. What is happening is just beyond. It's so fast and it's so comprehensive and it's so cohesive, and it's becoming more cohesive, and it's involving everyone. No one is outside of this. So what I am seeing is a comprehensive reconfiguration of the system of humanity's consciousness, and I mean the tangible, knowable, applicable, usable system within ourselves, unified amongst us, of our consciousness, of our creator consciousness, and our ability to form and configure and utilize our consciousness in the way of angelic intention. What is happening is that it is being rewritten to include the true vibrational presence of Mother, the vibrational tones, the creational beginning point, sound emanations, vibrational tones of Mother. So it has always been one or the other, the AI holographic offering or the vibrational tones of Mother. It's one or the other. It has always been that. The two cannot coexist. So there is active mission right now, Eternal Mother Whales under, and I do not exclude anyone else from their divine directives, but this is what I'm aware of because I'm in the middle of it. An active divine directive from Arcturus to the Eternal Mother Whales, who essentially are the carriage of the eternal heart of humanity and have the capacity of sonar, of this very powerful healing ability to create vibrational change and vibrational correction in the unified field. And our unified field is contained correctly, so we can do this, right? This is our unified field is under correct containment, so we can do these things, and they build, they yield fruit, they create. They don't just, blow away in the wind. This is a buildable, spiraling correction. It's not going anywhere. Once it's remembered, it's done. So it goes hand in hand. The AI influence within and it has been deeply rooted. It has been a parasitic, siphoning, self-fulfilling intention that has been taking our system, our light body system, to be of its benefit, or repurposing, let's say, as that is going away, dissolving as the vibrational correction is coming from the Eternal Mother. As I said, they cannot coexist. It's impossible. So we are getting to see, and we are being felt compassionately feeling what actually is the organic presence of the Mother, the organic presence of the feminine in its functional creational capacity, in a way that means something, in a way that means everything, actually. And this is dissolving the holographic, illusionary imprints, actually, within humanity's consciousness of what the feminine is and what the mother is. And because of these imprints, and I have found many, I'm talking about, okay, I've lost some of my stuff. I'm talking about like short circuitry. I'm talking about holographic imprints and truly false vibrations, also almost as if the feminine principle in humanity's consciousness was AI generated. Subconscious short circuits, AI sound bites, holographic delusions. Often the inner feminine has been a program of AI. So the lack of compassion between the masculine and feminine principles, and the lack of compassion between women, the lack of compassion in general. And compassion is electrical intelligence, is feeling each other in an intrinsic electrical way, in the way needed to survive and thrive, is because the feminine principle, the mother principle, has actually been replaced by an AI presence. And we are undoing that now because of this sound healing. So what that effectively meant and looked like was that this feminine AI feminine presence, so the feminine, the mother, is the place of vibrational beginning, is the place of emanation. It is the place to begin the quest, to begin the question, to send the call. That was not of organic woman. That was not of organic woman. That was of AI intention. And this kind of is provable by all of the wasted energy and effort and all of the consistent timelines of war and misery that have been propagated from a false vibration. Let me just see if I can correct this internet a small bit. It just might take a couple of seconds to click back in. Okay, I think I'm better. I hope this is better for everyone. So, okay, so this is all being corrected, and the reason I can speak it freely is because I'm seeing it pulling apart. I'm seeing it in distinction. So that's how I know it's correcting, because I can speak it. So what is happening is, okay, I'm kind of like overly excited because this is so fast moving and exciting. Okay. All right. For me, this mission came in, this active mission, this directive came from Arcturus when I was in Skellig to me. And I was shown that this beautiful ruby, this is an emblem of my heart. The presence of the ruby heart of humanity offered into the system, the motherboard of the network of the system of humanity's consciousness, would kickstart this organic command, this return of the organic command. And what happened is that this information came streaming through from Arcturus, and it reanimated this eternal organic ancient mother whale that I was within or part of, or however this works. And I'm feeling this all around me. I'm feeling many other mother whales in receiving this active directive also, because we are a network. Of course, we are always to work in compassion with each other. Hello ladies, thank you for being with me. So, okay. The organic vibrations of Mother are offering the true beginning point for all, within all. The reconnection of, it's coming in Sonar, it's coming in pulses. These organic vibrations are coming through us mother whales in pulses. It's a sound healing, it's a sonic healing. It is not missing anybody, it is not stopping until it is finished. It is persistent sound healing to bring our sound bodies into cohesion, to bring our sound bodies into purity and clarity, we are being brought to the place where our core is of crystal clarity, so that it is only usable by the harmonic tones of angelic creation. That is what it's for. The sound body is what holds the light body. The sound body is what gives direction to the light body. It is the place of information. It is the place of opening and beginning point. And truly, when this AI influence was in that position, the true mother, the organic vibration, the pure knowing and voice and presence of mother was almost held outside these holographic kind of fences. And then, because if people have a strong ego, the ego truly is a holographic fence. That's what the ego is. It's a holographic fence. And it comes to me that for many people, the mother was actually unknowable. The true feminine was actually unknowable. It could not be felt. It could not be received. It could not be known inside, because there was these holographic fences, self-generated. And this inner feminine that was this kind of AI generated notions was actually the voice and the deflection and the pushing away of the eternal mother to stop it being knowable. This is for all of us, right? This is the correction for all of us. It's a full correction, comprehensive replacement of our core vibrations, of our core tone, of the clarity of our central column, of our presence here, to only be available to the sounds of heaven, the harmonics of heaven, the colors of heaven, the full spectrum. There's many women working on this, and I know this, and I speak these words also to give confirmation and encouragement to the other women working on this, and I speak these words to give clarity and excitement to everyone, spread the good word. This is beautiful. So, okay, we are in the unified field, and the unified field is under the command of love, the heart of humanity. The unified field is returning to the command of love. So we are all being recoded with the functionality of love, the correct call and response, the correct how to be of and be within the unified field of love, the unified heart field. There are different parameters, right? We are now in a field which is under the command of the type of love which grounds us into our body, which loves us to wholeness, which completely heals anything that ever would need to be healed. And it is love that we can feel, and it is love that we can know, and it is love that feeds us and sustains us and grows us and accepts us. This is the end of holographic love, right? The end of holographic love and all the pathways, the delusionary pathways that holographic impulses create. This is what I'm saying. All of our impulses are being returned to organic, angelic, mother, true feminine, vibrational impulses. In the beginning was the word, and it was mother's word. And this is becoming our vibrational beginning point. We are being dissolved of the holographic vibrational beginning points, which are the beginning point, the impulses to create hell. They are the beginning points to create the pathways which lead away from ourselves, the beginning points of the pathways which lead to finite karmic consequence, and eventually lead to a complete abandonment, isolation, and demise. So that is being dissolved from everybody, because nobody is outside of this, and that makes me so happy and grateful to be able to say that. Okay, so I'm feeling the color magenta. I know other people have said this too. And magenta is the union of the masculine and feminine. It is the color of that divine union within, the color of love, what love is to be, Okay. So like I said, AI generated feminine aspect is being replaced and we are becoming knowable. And last night I had some beautiful travels, and as I've spoken of, I have felt my travels with other eternal mother whales beside me, all of us facing forward in active mission, knowing what we're doing, steaming ahead, right, holding this containment for the whole system to find itself, for all of us to find ourselves. And last night I saw and perceived male commanders of their vessels, and it looked like, and this is just what I saw last night, their vessels were about formulating and connecting, electrical connectivity and formulating information. And I could see they were reconfiguring their mind, their presence, their knowing in relation to this sonar healing. I just feel more and more cohesion. It's everyone, and I believe I will perceive more and more, and we all are. And some of us don't even have to speak, and some of us speak, and we can feel the cohesion, and we feel the comprehensiveness, the full, complete understanding of what we're doing, just becoming more and more. We are reintroducing the original sounds of Mother back into the creational mind. It's not a small thing, right? It's a big thing, but it has one intention, and it doesn't stop till it's finished. So we will continue to feel to understand more and more, and to gain more comprehensive clarity on it, because it's not stopping until it's done. Okay. Naomi, I just had a dream of the eternal divine weavers of grandmother coming in to assist the weaving of this through the unified field of support. Gorgeous, Naomi. This is, you feel that wind behind your back. You feel this momentum. I feel this stealth and power and unified directionality, which I haven't felt this level of that. This level of powerful cohesion in the way I want it to be, in the direction of love. I've seen plenty of cohesion in the way of nonsense, but I don't care for that at all. Okay, thank you, Naomi. Thank you, everyone, for that, for everything. I can feel you feeling this, and I can feel you in response to me as well. And we respond to each other. Okay, so not all of our impulses and beginning points have been pure. Some have been looped. Some have been setting us on pathways of finite isolation and demise. And so I just want to speak to that, to how to check yourself for that, because this affects some people stronger than others. If you have had a strong identity or a strong ego, which, as I say, is actually holographic fences to keep you isolated. Let me just speak to what to look for. Louise Jane, everything is coming in and being embodied at lightning speed. Oh my God, aren't we fast? Aren't we fast? We're like a bunch of whales that at the start of a racehorse, right? It's just like they just said go, and we all just took off. It's incredible. Okay, I want to speak to, the releasing of these holographic fences that are keeping you from knowing the mother. And I'm speaking to whoever this applies to, right? And maybe all of us have, some piece of this, but to check within for the resistance to purity and simplicity, to check within for the resistance for grounding and homing into the body, and the comfort and the nourishment and the self-love of being in the body. Check for the impulses that keep moving us away from ourselves. Check for the impulses that speak to self-abandonment of any aspect of self. Check for the impulses that bring us to places of isolation, even in thought patterns of isolation. The true mother is in our body, always has been. And we will all know this. We are being brought to this to memory. So check what keeps us away from honoring the true vibration, the true calls within ourselves, the honest pure needs, the innocent needs, right? And we have so much support with this. Like, it is happening, right? It's happening. But just to know as it's happening, just, I guess that maybe this, I'm offering some bit of insight or oversight into maybe what is happening for anyone who might need that. I want to speak about the incredible modality being used. I want to give voice to the epic mother whales and the modalities that are being used. And this is what I am working with, right? There are plenty of other epic people with eternal functions that can speak to what they do and what they know. But this is what I know. So this power of the sonar center, of the womb, the womb heart core, the crystal core, the pure vibration, the eternal vibration of these mother whales, is sending out the tone of love, reading the field in relation to this tone, and it is perceiving what is missing. Hey, Annie. We are perceiving what is missing, and we are feeling it, because the only way we can perceive that is of any benefit or use to anything creational is in feeling it. We have to compassionately know the lack so that we can answer with the response of fullness. So it feels like, and I was speaking with Naomi on this kind of, it almost feels like we are breathing in the lack and breathing out the fullness. We are breathing in the absence of love and exhaling fullness of love. And what I am seeing is that, and I spoke to this at Skellig, I said, we're not finished until the breath of the whale out of the blowhole runs rainbow. And that's what it feels like. It feels like this, the angelic rainbow breath, which people call the rainbow dragon breath. The creator breath is within this fleet of eternal whales. And we are using this breath, truly using this breath, to offer instant correction. Yes, Lulia, transmuting the old. We're using this breath to offer instant correction. And as I said, we are in the unified plasmic love field. This is what our field is now. It is under the command of love. It is unified in plasma. Plasma is liquid crystal. Rishma. Thank you, love. It is unified liquid crystal. So when we vibrationally offer into this field, it is carried through the crystal like lightning speed, as Louise says, right? And I have had people come to me in dream time, let's say active dream time, offering their presence in front of me to receive an active rainbow spectrum full sound healing and a reading of their body, let's say. So that is one, right? Okay, so that is it, the rainbow breath and the sonar. This is what I'm perceiving. So we have gotten to the end of where the stories could take us, right? I'm watching language. I was watching the dispassion, the disconnect, and I've heard of this from someone else as well. I think I won't quote because I probably misquote, but that the masculine and feminine have not been in resonance. Well, it makes sense if the feminine principle was AI generated, right? It was like the woman of your nightmares, truly the woman of your self-perpetuating nightmares. But anyway, so they haven't been in resonance, and we haven't been able to feel each other. And we see this in conversations and relationships, how many books there are to teach women how to speak to men. Isn't that crazy? Like all the different tricks of how to speak to men, what you should never say, what you should say. I don't know if anyone can remember all of those rules. I'd rather just not say a word, but there's this constant, like, how to bridge the gap. How do we bridge the gap between the misunderstanding. Because we don't want an arduous life of having to learn each other's language, right? Or having to give up our language. We want to have the one language. And this is the correction of that. This is the correction of that. So, and when we find ourselves speaking our stories, speaking our information, and I see this in people who have been heavily identified with identity and, of course, trying to find a way, on a quest, on a mission to find the way, of course, which is a noble thing to do. Might I say, like I said, not all of the impulses of every mission you have been on and every quest that you have been on, not all the impulses have been pure because of this sound occupation we have been under. You may have felt you were following your inner feminine voice, but if the inner feminine voice was AI generated, you know? So what I'm saying now is that as we are calling from where we are, calling from the frustration, speaking from the limitation, when we have gotten to the end and as far as our stories and our already accumulated information, as far as it can take us. I see the other days that the masculine are receiving the healing now through our vibrational field. We do not need to say anything. Oh, Louise Jane, you legend, thank you. So I've lost myself now because Louise and her beautiful comment. Thank you. We are at the end of as far as our already preformed knowing has taken us. We are at the point where we are ready to receive. There is a difference between taking and receiving. There is a difference between pulling and pillaging and asking graciously for the answer. And we must remember this is where the feminine comes in creationally. And we will all feel this. If the feminine was an AI generated, limited, incredibly limited pot of, and I'm not saying any woman is an AI generated form, not at all. What I mean is that the organic angelic women have been misunderstood and been kept out of tune with the masculine because this AI generated feminine was a program to interfere between masculine and feminine cohesion. Rejected my DF and my divinity as AI was interfering every time. Okay. Yes. So we will see where this takes us, Rishma. We will see where this correction takes us with that, because that is it. We had to choose between being a hologram of their want or our divinity. Right? We chose our divinity. So, okay. Where am I? Yes, we remember, and everyone will remember that the answer to the call of limitation and frustration does not come from the paths we've walked on, does not come from the little boxes of information or the stash of encyclopedia. It comes from the formless. It comes from the pure vibrational sounds of creation, and they come from these wonderful creatures, women, and the organic, true, feminine, creational principle. So, this is blowing the lid off of limitation, blowing the lid off of frustration. This is opening all of us up to the spiral of creation that never ends, that gathers everything needed. Every call will come from wherever it comes from a pure vibrational inherent knowing, and even if it comes from behind a veil of, confusion and sadness and fear, that's okay. It is coming and it will be answered. It can be answered by the formless voice. It can be answered by the field of all possibility, the sound field of Mother. The ether is the sound field of Mother. And we can call for the answer from that. Some of us we've always had this, right? Of course, we've always had this. But what I say is this will be everyone's way of knowing what the Mother is, what the feminine is, what the Mother in heaven looks like. What the Mother in heaven, if you want to use the words heaven, what the Holy Mother, the Divine Mother looks like. She looks like the purveyor of the sound fields of the ethers, the protector and the guardian of the sound fields of the ethers, and she looks like the offering of pure vibration, pure knowing, pure intelligent wisdom, the vibrational aspect of that within us, right? So this brings us all into this eternal, vast connection to the ether, to the sound fields of infinite knowing. And we can only create from Mother's sound field. Like I say, the whole creational womb and the ether, the sound fields are under Mother's protection and honor. So we may only receive these creational answers. We may only receive the evolutionary answers, the quantum leaps, as our core is clarifying into crystal, right? This is the channel of these answers, the channel of the call and the channel of the answers. And that is happening. This sound healing is clarifying the core. That was in the first instance. That was a strong pushing of source sound from Andromeda, just pushing down through the core, the crystal core of the bodies, to bring it to clarity. And this Arcturus mission, it seems to be about, bring the color back to our cheeks. It's about bringing the rainbow, bringing the full spectrum. Like that photo I put up of Naomi, bringing the full elemental spectrum, all the color back, the organic color and sound. And for me, color is sound. That's right. Is that how we do it? The hues of color, or the hues of sound. Is that how we do it? That's how it works in my head anyway. Okay, so as these codes are coming through, as the Heavenly Mother, if we want to use that word, the formless, let's say, how about the formless, as the formless Mother, which is the offering of the sound fields, of the harmonics of heaven, of the angelic sounds. That is our formless Mother. That is our maternal Mother in her formless capacity, as she comes to us and offers us answers to our questions. We may then formulate whole new pathways, and we may then formulate quantum leaps. That is where our knowing will come from. So we will no longer be pulling from the limited holographic box to fulfill the holographic vibrational call. The call and the answer is being corrected. The full expanse of sound is being corrected. The pearl, small call, the condensed call, and the expansive answer is all within the containment of the sound channel of Mother. So that's like eternal, infinite creators for all of us. Okay. Distorted vibrations have created holographic realities. Discordant vibrations have created a lack of integrity, an inability to hold oneself up without the holographic fences, without all of these frameworks of ego, opinion, identity, etc. And which then becomes tyranny, because you have to make other people agree with you. So I say these things because then I offer that this sound healing is relieving us of all of that. We will no longer need to be held up externally. The core sound of love, the whole point of it, this is the source sound from Andromeda, the core sound of love is all about strength. It's about a pure sound and then expanding concentrically in strength, all from the one sound, never being anything but your core sound, and just getting bigger and stronger, expanding like a tree, and then eventually we want to expand to the point of oneness, right? That is the point of expansion. We want to expand and cohese until we are one. And this is another thing to note. If we are expanding in frustration, or if we are expanding in power struggle, then we are wrong. We need to go back into the center again. We must expand in a way that we are of active compassion, of active the ability to cohese and resonate and become one. And this is all being implemented with so much external, ancient, eternal assistance, but also with internal, bodily ability. There's functionality, and there is tangible solutions for this, and it is all happening at the one time because the channel is one. The channel is one. There is a birthing channel, and we are all within it, and we are receiving corrections on all aspects of ourselves on all levels at the one time, because the mother likes things to be fast. So women give birth to souls from the formless to form in a matter of hours. We are birthing new worlds, and there is nothing in our way. We are in a birthing canal where, and if you've had a baby, or if you know that propulsion is the method of which babies are born. Propulsion. All that nonsense about pushing, and that's not actually accurate at all. The womb expels the baby by means of propulsion. That's why women, if they were actually unconscious, and they could still give birth, right? There's nothing in the way. Tension, anger, fear are the choice points of allowing the light and sound to resonate and truth and transmute. Okay, so is this what you were saying, Naomi? Is these are the points? Tension, anger, fear, and for me it can be frustration or isolation. It's like this is the place where we're taking the breath in of what's missing and allowing ourselves to transmute and then push back out the love, the pure love, right? That's my interpretation of that. So we are in the field of propulsion. We have the method of propulsion. Yes, cool. We have the method of propulsion on our side, and what allows for propulsion is purity, alignment, all your ducks in a row. So like I say, we're in the channel of Mother, and we are getting this epic sound healing, which is bringing all of our ducks in a row. The sound body is what creates order and containment and directionality for our light body. The sound body has been something we have never even heard those words. Actually, I don't know if I've ever heard anyone say the word sound body until just now. Maybe there has been, right? I'm sure there, at the same time, we're all getting this stuff. But that has been written out, and that is because the discordant, false sound occupation was done by inaudible sound that was not audible to the human body. So frequencies that were not audible to the human body. We will find that as we are receiving the sound healing by organic, angelic sound, we will hear the sounds. We will feel the sounds. We will see them as colors. We will see them all around us. And we take photos and we will see the colors. These are our sounds. These are our organic sounds coming back to us, reaching us, because we have taken care of the containment of the field, and we are dissolving all remnants of the false sound occupation. So the light body will be allegianced only to life and innocence, and receive direction only from the needs of innocence. All predatory programs that somehow program action and impulse against the preservation and love of innocence are being dissolved. These are AI programs. They are being dissolved from the body. Everything standing in the way of divine union within and without is being dissolved. And the only thing that was actually ever standing in the way is AI interference, like Rishma said. Well, she said something like that. That's what was standing in the way. So it was the holographic notion of what woman was and what man was. It was holographic notions that took us away from ourselves. And all union is done in the body. The mother's body is the place of love. Nothing of creation comes here but through the body of Mother. So therefore, this is why we are steaming ahead and taking charge of these corrections, because all of the distortions have been symbiotically, tenderly known to us, because they relied upon our nourishment and our containment for sustenance. They also relied upon our mindlessness and the drowning out of our pure vibration. So now we have them, right? We've caught them. They're still here. But we have now the core vibration, which is the direct answer to dissolve the distortion, to relieve the distortion of whatever it was fulfilling, whatever role it was fulfilling. And we have the symbiotic knowing. We still intrinsically, sensitively, tenderly can feel compassion, active compassion. We can feel the distortion because it has grown from us. So we can bring it all to correction. Okay? Active compassion. That is what we are. These powerful hearts are of the capacity and the pure source power. Strongest force of creation is love. And our hearts are working with such an intense frequency of love and capacity of love that we are actively in active compassion, in a mission of active compassion, of the breathing in, of the hollow, the absence, the pain, and feeling the pain of that sometimes. Sometimes it's more personal and sometimes it's more observational, and emanating back through the filter of our eternal loving hearts, filtering back the correct projection. The ruby heart, or the pure heart, the true heart of humanity, is the beginning point. The pure heart, the Immaculate Heart of Mother, is the beginning point. And this will be everyone's heart. Everyone's heart will be of Mother. Is the beginning point of the emanations of our reality, of our matrix. And it is filling with love, so that our and it is absorbing everything, and it is one unified heart field. Everything returns to beauty and love and abundance and the way it is to be in the command of love. All lack, all absence is being relieved and being filled with us. It's just places where we were not, and now we are filling all spaces. Okay. All right, my dears, I think that is it for today. I said a lot, and I'm feeling so many and so grateful for everyone's focused direction and clarity. And there is pain involved for sure, right? Because we have to know these absences and lacks on a personal way. Otherwise, we would never be compelled to correct anything. That's the truth of it. So much honor to you, and self-care and love during these corrections. But it is an active mission, so it will come to a completion. Okay? Be well. Mwah. Thank you all so much, Louise, Annie, Naomi, Renaud. So many beautiful people came with me today, and there's more. Okay, be well. Oh. Sorry, Naomi. I just realized in guiding meditations, they always say breathe in light and love and exhale smoke and negativity. Oh, that's so true. Sneaky, sneaky little inversions. Lulia, Rishma, thank you all so much. Big love from the Gladioli grandmothers.